Hi there. So I want to talk about the case at the International Court of Justice that was presented by South Africa on behalf of the people of Palestine, accusing Israel of committing genocide. And the talking point was simple. The Prime Minister of Israel, Netanyahu, not once, including in an official statement, he issued orders to the troops of Israel. And in there, he told them to remember Amalekites. So he says, remember the days of Amalekites. And he even told them that we are going to complete or to finish what our forefathers started 6,000 years ago. And he says in that statement that you remember Joshua, you remember the others when they were ordered by our God to go to basically destroy Amalekites. And if you go to the Bible, in Joshua, in the book of Joshua, that time God, the God of Israel, orders Joshua and the soldiers of Israel to go to this neighboring community and kill every breathing thing there. And that's what he ordered them. And they went there and killed everything, including animals like cows, goats, chicken, mules, donkeys. Everything was killed. And that was a form of genocide in the Bible. And there are so many there in that Bible. And the Bible, the first book of the Bible, the Genesis, comes from a Jewish book called the Torah. And he was referring to that. So it was genocide. And the other thing you need to note, and South Africa was arguing it out, was that an occupying force, an occupying force is like if we went to the moon or to Mars, to colonize the Mars. In that case, we are the colonizers, so we are occupying Mars. We don't have the right to insist that if we are attacked by the Martians, we react by killing every Martian there. Because to them, they are defending their home, they are defending their land. To us, we are invading their land. So Israel, because it is the occupying force in Gaza and around Gaza, cannot purport that they are defending themselves from the people they are trying to colonize. And the same thing can be used in the current context of Russia and Ukraine. Ukrainians are defending their land. They have every right to use any method they think will win them back their land. Russia doesn't have that. They have to be careful, because if they go to an extreme, they might be accused of genocide in Ukraine, because they are the occupying force. And that is the argument. And you understand what I'm saying. If you come to my home, you don't have a right to kill all my children and wife because I've thrown hot water on you, because you're trying to force yourself through the door. But for me, I have every right to throw the hot water on you, to pick anything from the house, including chairs, and throw them at you, because I'm trying to stop you from entering my home. So I have the right to do that, but you don't have the right to use force, excessive force. So that was the argument, and the utterances and the things they have done. They've killed 22,000 civilians and 3,000 combatants. So 3,000 Hamas were killed, according to them, and 22,000 were innocent civilians. So basically that is genocide. And we've seen so many videos of Israel soldier on Telegram celebrating after bombing homesteads that had people in them. So that is genocide. But anyway, I want now to highlight something else I noticed during that. On Thursday, Western media CNN, the CBC from Canada, all of them, the CNN, Fox News, MCNBC, all those ones, the Australian one, CBS, all those, they gave South Africa a blackout. They never even some of them didn't even mention the story of ICJ in their news on Thursday. Basically, the people from those countries, they didn't know that there was a case at the International Court of Justice, unless, of course, they saw it on Twitter trending. But the next day on Friday, that was yesterday, all those same media from the West, they were streaming the Israeli presentation live. It was breaking news, as if there was an earthquake somewhere. So it was breaking news, and they were showing Israel defending itself, though it did a bad job, but basically they were showing it. So it's something you also need to note, the behavior of the Westerners. And something else happened. Germany yesterday shocked everyone. Germany has committed genocide many times. For example, I'm going to give you a good example. You remember in South Africa, in Namibia, sorry, there was the Herero and Nama massacre. You remember that one? So it was 1920, and what happened was that between 24 to 100,000 Hereros were killed, and 10,000 Namaka were killed by Germany because they wanted their land. So they came to this place in Namibia that is green, and they wanted that land, but there were people living there. So in 1904, the German soldiers rounded these people together and killed, at that time, 100,000. 100,000 in 1904 is equivalent to 20 million today in Africa, because people were not that many, right? So 100,000 was a huge number. They deleted the whole country. That was a genocide. And then in 1945, you know what they did? They also committed the Holocaust. But now Germany today they say that they are going to enjoin themselves to this International Court of Justice case to defend Israel. So Germany says it will intervene at the Hague on Israel's behalf, and they are blasting the genocide charges from South Africa. So basically they said that South Africa doesn't understand the context of genocide. In other words, Germany is telling us that, we are expert in genocide. Please, that is not genocide. That is mockery. So you can't accuse them of genocide, because that is not genocide. If you want to know what genocide is, come, let us tell you how it works. They're expert in that field. And that's why they want to go there and water down the case by South Africa. Now, finally, I want to mention that no African country apart from Namibia, which, as I said, suffered genocide from the Germans, no other African country sided or showed solidarity to South Africa. Even Canada today, the Prime Minister was giving statement saying that Israel is not committing genocide. That's a lie. They were saying that South Africa is basically misguided. They were saying South Africa doesn't know what they are talking about. They are wrong, something like that. The US said the same thing. The UK sent their best lawyers to defend Israel. They are also saying that, as a matter of fact, South Africa doesn't know what they're talking about. So they're saying the 23,000 civilians who died and they died from bombs. You're sleeping at night and your building comes down. They died because Israel, which is the occupying force in Gaza, deserves to defend itself. I mean, these people are crazy. But look, the reason I'm making this video is that you need to understand why these people, when they colonized us, they had the right to keep killing us. Because to them, justice is one-sided. Justice is when it is about a white person or a Westerner. Justice doesn't extend to especially Africans. So if they come to Africa and kill black people, that is not genocide. But if someone goes to a white country and kills few people, that is genocide. So they want to accuse Putin and Russia of committing genocide in Ukraine, but they can never accuse the United States of killing 150,000 civilians in Afghanistan, for example, because the Afghans are not white people. So that is not a genocide. Genocide only applies when the victim is white and not the other way around. And now you have to understand, the next time these guys come to Africa and they start butchering us again, you will not have anyone to defend you. That is a fact. So you need to keep that in mind. And whatever for example, we've been talking about Congo. There's a lot of people who die in Congo. For the past 30 years, more than 15 million people have died in Congo alone. And they have been killed by neighboring countries, sponsored and given grants by the United States and the UK, those two countries. But now the morality in the West is that Africans, those 15 million, that is not a genocide, because it is black people who are dying, not the people from the West. So that cannot be categorized as genocide.